if you stay focused, man, you could be shining, bruh. I seen bruh do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's, you know, if you stay positive, stay focused, man, work hard, you know what I'm saying? Stay self-motivated, man. Nobody's gonna help you, man. Help yourself, man. Go out there and get it.
Young bass guy and I'm bass with the Martians, Martians.
So this is the Mars Files, powered by 1 AM Radio, and it's your boy Mars 3 times, and today I'm here with Ronny J. What's good, bro? How you doing?
Feeling great. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm actually really excited because this is something that I've wanted to do for a while. Like, we've been trying to line this up since I was in the fucking spare bedroom with the 6-pack of beers. So I'm excited to have you. I kind of wanted to start like from the top and then just like take it to where we are now. But first and foremost, you were born in Camden, New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
What was your experience growing up in Camden, New Jersey?
So I was born in Camden, New Jersey, but I actually was raised in Woodbury, New Jersey.
Okay.
It's like 15 minutes down the highway from Camden.
Okay. And
So,
I mean, what was the experience like growing up there?
Well, I came from nothing. Like, you know, like my mom being on housing assistance, like all that government stuff. So I was really just used to like moving all the time, you know. But the neighborhood, it was like a mixed neighborhood, like a lot of like mixed kids, white, black. You know, it wasn't really super like cultured or nothing like that. It's like a real small town.
But when you're moving a lot, you're just moving a lot in the same neighborhood?
Yeah, literally the same neighborhood, but just like different cribs, apartments, you know. At one point, we were living like on top of somebody's like garage. They had like a little apartment on top of the garage.
So that never like affected like your schooling? Like you were always going to the same school?
Yeah, I mean, because the town's so small.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it didn't really affect like my schooling. I never really was into like doing, you know, getting straight A's or nothing like that. Yeah. But I never got an F back either, so.
Okay, and then at some point you moved down here, right?
Yeah, South Florida, yeah, Miami.
Okay, I don't want to like skip too far ahead, but like I heard also you were like you did drums in church.
Yeah, I played drums in church. Yeah.
What made you start playing drums in church? Were you already playing drums, or was it just like you were going to church and the drums was like an available thing?
So I just remember being like a baby, and just always pulling out the pots and pans, and like, you know, making my own drum set. And then my mom and dad they noticed that, bought me a drum set, and then, you know, I seen a drum line, and I was like, damn, like, yeah, I wanted to live that life. Excuse me. And then I was in marching band for like maybe 2 years, and I did concert band as well. And then I just learned how to read like percussion music, and then I quit because like all of my friends played sports, and I was like, man, I'm not, like, this is whack, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you were with all the band kids.
Yeah, I mean, like, they were cool. Like, we made band cool, though. And then especially because of the movie Drumline, it just made it cool. You feel what I mean? So, it was a dope thing. Like, it wasn't like we were whack or nothing like that. But one of my homies, Good Work Charlie, he ended up graduating, like, 2 years before me. He was older. And once he left, you know, I was just, like, I wasn't feeling it anymore.
Word. So then at what point do you end up moving to Miami, and what was that decision? Like, how did you come to, like, oh, I'm going to move to Miami?
Yeah, I moved to Miami straight out of high school, 2010. I was 17, and I made that decision just off of like, I really just always had a thing for Miami, bro. Just like the weather, you know, like the beach and like palm trees. Cause I'm from Jersey. It's like
you don't really see that.
Yeah, now it's the total opposite. So I used to see it on TV. And like I said, I didn't have the best grades or anything, so I just applied to like this HBCU college. I got in there easy. And
what college was it?
Florida Memorial.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you, I mean, how do you make that decision though? I mean, how does it set, like, mind you, bro, like I'm 25, I didn't leave the house till I was, or I'm 28, I didn't leave the house till I was 25. Like, what is it? How does a 17-year-old kid decide I'm gonna leave the state, like where I'm from? Like, did you never really feel like that, like super connected to New Jersey, or like?
Nah, I mean, I just remember being a kid and like always taking a bus like over to Philly, and me having friends all throughout Philly, even beyond Philly, like in the outskirts. And like, you know, I used to just always travel. Like however I had to get there, I just always made it happen. I just always had that type of personality. Yeah. So, I didn't really feel that. I had a girlfriend at the time too, but I was like, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes me who I am, and that's what separates people from making it and others that don't. It's because like people like me, like, we do what we have to do no matter what it is. Like, I sacrificed so much, my family, everything. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to this historically black college. Are you studying music? Nah, I was going there. I was doing like the basic courses or whatever.
Yeah,
but
the prereqs.
but I planned on doing like criminal justice. Cause I just love like I ask a lot of questions. You know, for people that know me, they know that. And
Yeah.
I'm a thinker. I'm always thinking. I think about the worst possible things that could ever happen in every situation and the best. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, so obviously you were playing the drums, and then you move to Miami, and you're like studying to be a criminal justice. Were you still heavily involved in music? Like, at what point did you start producing?
So like when I graduated high school and I went to college, I was just like, yo, I'm gonna do criminal justice. I wasn't really set up on it. I knew I was young, so I knew like I had time to figure it out. And then my boy, who I mentioned earlier, Good Work Charlie, he was producing back home in the tri-state, and he was just booming. So he really inspired me to like want to do it because we used to play drums together anyway. So then I was like, yo, like I ended up leaving that college and I ended up going back home for a semester. So I hated the school.
Yeah.
And
so you weren't having a good time at?
Nah, I didn't like that school at all.
What was wrong with it?
It just wasn't my thing. Like I don't really want to say, but it just wasn't really my thing. Like you know what I'm saying? It just wasn't meant for me.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to go like to FIU and stuff like that, but I didn't have enough credits. But I would like party there on the weekends. I have friends over there. So yeah, I went back to New Jersey, and then once I went back to Jersey, that was when I got Reason on my desktop computer. That was in my bedroom, and I just started cooking up on that. Yeah.
This is a side note. Are you still using Reason, or you could use whatever?
Nah, I use Logic now.
Okay.
Like just Logic. I don't really fool around with the other stuff.
Okay, so how long are you making beats before I guess you like run into Denzel Curry, and like how does Denzel and them how does that connection happen?
Yeah, I mean, I was making beats probably like, I don't know, like 2-3 years, maybe not even that long, maybe like 2 years before I met Denzel.
And like, was there anybody notable like getting on your beats at that point?
Nah, the first person I really met was like in South Florida was Jordan Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah, I met him at a B-Max crib because Brian McKinney's family's from like my neighborhood, so I met him over there. He was signing him at the time, and that was how I met Jordan Hollywood. And then from there, you know, nothing really happened with it. We had like some shit, but nothing really turned out. And then I started going to college. I started going to the AI, the Art Institute.
Okay.
And I had a friend named Liko from Hawaii, and he used to tell me like about like some underground kids from Miami, and I knew nothing about the underground. I'm from Jersey, like you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, who? And he's like, yo, Denzel Curry, he raps crazy. He showed me some videos. I was like, all right, bet, like, we got a link. And then one day we pulled up on Young Simi at his video shoot, the Florida Nigga Mentality, and then they were all there, and I met all of them right there. So that's how that happened.
Okay, and then I mean, what was like your first interaction with him in the studio? Was it like you just went to his house, you were playing beats, were y'all in a studio? Like what was the environment when y'all first like actually like sat down and started making something?
Yeah, I think the first time was like, you know, I probably went to his house and just made beats. They used to like record like in his like living room area and stuff like that, and I was just like really just like taking in like their sound and just like seeing. I was just really being observant. So I was totally different from Jersey, so you know, it was all new for me, but I felt like, you know, it was just like the chemistry, and I just felt like it could be something. So it was really like organic.
Yeah. Were you making like let's say for example like the first beat you made for Denzel, were you making stuff similar to that already, or did you just like catch a vibe from them? Like really, I guess what I'm asking is like, what kind of producer are you? Like, do you just like make beats and you just have a certain sound, or can you like kind of adapt? Are you like, do you create something specifically for the person, or do you just make beats and like, oh, that's hard, I'm gonna rap on that?
That tattoo's hard actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's dope. But yeah, I felt like when I started making beats, I was just like, I didn't care about trying to adapt to anyone. I wanted to make my own sound. That's what I wanted to do. And then once I met them, I noticed certain things about their sound, and I did kind of tweak certain things. But I stayed true to me.
Yeah.
And I stayed true to me for, you know, up until now. I still stay true to me, but I realized that it's a real business. So if you want to like work with certain people, sometimes you do got to give in and give them what they want. You know, I think that's being like a real producer and being able to be diverse and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So what's the first song you and Denzel make together?
Wow. Yo, honestly, I forget the name, but it was Denzel, Puya, and Esther Brady.
Okay. Damn, and what year is this?
This is like
2012, 2011.
This is like late 2012 maybe, something like that. Yes, that was like the first song. I really forget the name, y'all. that's crazy. But you know, there's so much music.
Yeah, at this point.
But that was like the first song, and you know, did I, like in Miami and stuff like that on SoundCloud. And then the next song we did was like Threats.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know what Threats was when it happened? Like, or what, did it kind of take you by surprise?
I kind of knew it, honestly.
Yeah.
I kind of knew it. I kind of thought that like I made it at the time, but then I realized I still had no money.
Yeah.
I was still broke, so I was like, I ain't make it. Like, this is gonna be a little harder than what I expected.
Yeah. So okay, so you make Threats, and then I mean, obviously, like, are you frustrated that you have no money at that point? Like how are you feeling? Like, you just made like probably one of the biggest songs to ever come out of South Florida.
Yeah, I think I was a little frustrated, but then I noticed that, okay, like, you know, if this one song got some looks, the next one can only do better. So I just knew, like, you know, that just I had to keep building. I didn't expect to be like an overnight success, or like, you know, I didn't expect for the money to just like end up in my pocket. And even if it does, like, you know, appear out of, like, you know, in thin air, it's probably coming from the wrong place, you know? So it's like, I knew I had to work for it.
And also, at that point, are people already reaching out to you, or it was kind of just like Threats happened and then like...
I mean, at that point, I was really just working with like Denzel and like the whole like Raider clan.
Yeah.
At that point, but once like we did Threats, and once Threats dropped, then everybody else from like Raider clan really started locking in with me, and that was when people started like respecting like the name, you know. Even if they didn't know the face, like, you know, my name like gained respect because it was like a brand new sound.
Yeah.
And you know, also made it to MTV Jams.
Yeah.
Or BT, what was it?
I think I saw it on MTV.
Yeah,
I almost
MTV.
feel like Denzel was on like FaceTime with Waka Flocka, or on Skype or some shit with Waka Flocka. Yeah.
And that time I was hyped. I was like, yo, we about to get the Waka feature, whatever. But that didn't go through. So, but shout out to him. It's all good.
Okay, so I mean, like, after Threats happens, like, are people from the industry reaching out yet, or not even? It's just you and Denzel locking in.
I mean, for Denzel, people started really reaching out. You know, people weren't really reaching out for me. But like, not from the industry, but like locals and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, and then I guess after that, you and Denzel are working together, and then, I mean, how much more stuff did you guys work on before X came into the picture?
A whole lot. A whole lot of stuff. Yeah, maybe like 2 years worth of stuff, and then we met X and Ski.
Okay, and then what was your first impression of like X and Ski?
I mean, that night we had a house party. I think you were there.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, we had a house party, and I just remember them like knocking on the door and like trying to perform, and like at that time.
And they blamed me for it. They're like, "Oh yeah, Mars said we could perform there."
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then Denzel's looking at me like, "Yo, you told them they could perform here?" I'm like, no, bro. Like, bro, why would I say that?
Yeah, bro. Like at that time, like Denzel, like, you know, he was like really on his own, and like that was really his house. So that was like his like territory. You know what I mean? 100%. So he wanted everybody to like respect that. So he wasn't really having that, but they still ended up coming in. I was drunk, really drunk that night. So
we were playing hella beer pong.
Yeah. So yeah, that night was crazy. That was like, you know, the first time I seen them, and I didn't really think much of it, you know, until the next time I seen them, and then I was like, okay, like, these kids are different. Like they're savage. Yeah.
And do you think you're maybe like working with X, your sound changed a little more, because it was still like the Ronny J, like you could feel it, like the drums. But I feel like maybe you added more distortion because maybe you heard his sound and you sound like you heard it was like distorted or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, kind of walk me through that. Do you think your sound kind of morphed a little bit more after working with X?
Honestly, I think it was just like timing. You know, I don't really think, because even like when I met them, it's not really like I did hella research or nothing like that. I let it be organic.
Yeah.
You know, like we have, you know, a few songs together. We could have had way more, you know.
100%.
I never asked any of them to rap on my beats or nothing like that. It was always super organic for me and all of them, and they all know it. So I was always just really about just me standing up for my own, you know, and like having my own. I've never been the type to copy off of anybody with anything. I get inspired, but I think it was just perfect timing. Like it was just destiny, you know, like, because I feel like for anyone that knows me, I have like an aggressive side to me, and I feel like, you know, I put that in the beats naturally. I didn't think about it; it just happened. And him being who he is, you know what I'm saying? He's just at the house at that point. He's living with us, and he always seen greatness in me. You know, out of everybody else, I always respect that in him. You know, he always told me like, you know, I'm a superstar, like I'm the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? He always loved my own music. He would always tell me like, yo, like bro, keep doing your thing, don't even worry about it, like, you know?
Okay.
And he's super young, like he was even younger at that time. So
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Okay, and then so you start working with X and Denzel, and y'all all living together. Are you still like, damn, I still don't have like money like that?
Yeah, but like Denzel was getting bigger and bigger, so I knew it was like
It was
around
around
the
the
corner.
corner.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna come regardless. Like, you know, at that point he just kept traveling more and more and more. He stopped being homeless, and I was like sleeping on his couch. We had like hella roaches all over in the house. I hated it, you know.
Yeah.
Cause like we used to have mad people at the house too, and like they used to sit all on the couch and my face is on there. I just hate that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but I got through it, you know. Like I've been at the bottom of the bottom. That's why I don't really feel bad for nobody. You gotta go get it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, it's on you. That's how that goes.
And how much are you recording like your own music at that point too? Like how long have you been like being like yourself an artist and not only a producer? Has it been from the beginning, or did it gradually happen over time?
I think it was like a little bit before that, but it wasn't anything super consistent until I felt like I just wanted to have my own spotlight. And I know that like I'm not a background type of dude or person.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get thrown into the background. So I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm always freestyling, harmonizing. I need to just make my own shit. So like I would, and like they would hear, you know, Denzel, X, or Ski, and they always supported me. It's crazy, even from day one. Like they always would tell me like, bro, that shit hard. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's funny for like, you know, people now to like not support it, even though I don't care, because like I understand how it is being like a producer.
Yeah,
an artist.
that's actually something that I wanted to ask you. Do you feel like since you became such a huge producer and you're part of like so many like legendary songs that it's hard for people to like look at you any other way than a producer?
It's funny because even if I ever have those thoughts, I've never let it stop me. I've never second guessed myself at all. Nah. I just want people to just accept whatever I do, even if I just like hop on a mic and make some noise. Like, you know, like I want them to just accept whatever I bring to the table. But I always knew that it wouldn't be like an easy transition for them. Because I heard stories about like Pharrell and Kanye, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them trying to do their thing and everybody's like, oh, you suck, you're the worst, whatever. Now they say they're the best. So it's like, I don't really
care. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I feel it. So I mean, what's the plan moving forward? Because you dropped Oh My God Ronnie last year.
Yeah, 2018.
Okay, and you just recently like April like 11th or something you dropped Star.
Yeah, dropped Star. Yeah.
Okay, and word on the street is you got another song coming out next Friday?
Yeah.
So what's that about? Talk to me.
So that's a song called Gucci Lips. Before that whole Gucci Lips thing happened, with you know Gucci and all that.
Yeah.
And that's a song that I just made when I was in LA. You know, I'm always recording no matter what. You know, I produce at high maximum levels and I'm always like recording, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was just having fun. I was like really in a vibe at that time. And I ended up shooting a music video for it in Italy too, in Milan. So like that was fun.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yo, so okay, I also like I want to take a couple steps back and you get signed. You get signed, right, as a producer?
No, I got signed as an artist first.
You got signed as an artist first?
Yeah.
By Atlantic?
Yeah, by Atlantic.
And then you got signed as a producer from somebody else, right?
Yeah, Sony ATV.
Okay. I mean, how's that going? Like, how's it being like a signed producer?
It's cool. It's funny because I was actually talking to my boys last night, and they were showing me like all these new artists, and I was like, man, like, you know, I'm so like in my own bubble, and like even like me being around the greats, that's how they are too. Like they don't really know what's going on unless they homie tell them, and I think that's best. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're not doing enough for yourself. But
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like like last night I just really was like, man, like I'm really in a position that it's like a lottery ticket, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like one in a never. Like,
yeah, but also, bro, like even just like the things you've told me, like you've done the things that are needed to be done, because like it is like a lottery, but at the same time you put in enough work and something's got to give, you know? I mean,
yeah, like
even, bro, like it's crazy to me that like even after threats, like you weren't like there, you know? Like because I mean, I'm sure from the outside people think that like once, you know, they just need one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, for me, it's like, you know, it does seem like things take a little bit longer. I'm not going to lie. But, you know, people around me that support me, they always tell me, like, you know, I got to think about the long term, the longevity. Like, you know, they feel like I'm in it for the long run, which I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really trying to be here today and going tomorrow. But it's like a roller coaster, like life. Everything's up and down all over. So,
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot more up now, though.
it's fun.
Yeah. So I mean, talk to me about this. What do you like more, being an artist or producer? Because from what you're kind of telling me, it almost feels like you being a producer is almost like just become like your job. Like you're almost like your 9 to 5, and like an artist is like really what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I think that I really, 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 really love making beats. And I love learning new things about it and playing around. But I also really love just like recording and like coming up with new flows and playing around and just like experimenting with that too. And I think because I have deals for both, like I'm obligated to do both. But I'm still more known as a producer right now. So like at the end of the day, I don't like nobody's gonna catch excuse me. At the end of the day, nobody's ever gonna catch me lacking. Like nobody's ever gonna be like, oh, he's doing this more than that, this more than that. I'm doing everything at high maximum levels, like period. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm dropping heat, everything I'm dropping. You just really gotta listen to it and really just just shut up and feel the vibe. Really, you know what I'm saying? Just stop. Yeah. Like you can be judgmental. I don't care, critique it and all, but I'm really coming harder than a lot of people that are just artists, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Like you're producing top charting songs, and then at the same time you're fucking making music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know. I'm not gonna like knock anybody else's hustler, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess it goes without saying. I guess, but I mean, do you feel like you get a lot of shit for your music? Like, you feel like people aren't like connecting with it?
Nah, to be honest, I feel like I get a lot of love.
Mm-hmm.
But there is like, the hate that I get is already expected before I even see it.
Yeah.
So really, it's
do you like read comments and shit?
Sometimes I just laugh at it. I just be like, yo, it's crazy. Like he really feels like that, and I'll be like, fuck yeah. At the end of the day, they listening, So I'm not really tripping. I know what I got up my sleeve. You feel me? I know I got so many records, my nigga, like of just myself. Like I don't even be wanting features like that for real. I don't care for features.
Yeah.
It's just if the label wants to put it together or whatever. Like I do see the benefits in it. But I'm not really tripping over the features like that.
Yeah, you're not really worried about it. You're not pressed for it.
I just want them to accept me and for what I do, and that's it.
Yeah. How would you describe your music? Let's say somebody's never heard somebody only knows you as a producer. Like, how would you describe your music? And then also, like, what's the first song they should listen to? Like, what's the best introduction to Ronny J as an artist?
I feel like me as an artist, it's hard to describe because I literally have so many different genres and I even make up sounds and stuff like that. It's just that it's not all out there because like when you're signed, it changes. It's like a real system, and they want to give you certain dates, and they got all the other artists. It's a lot of politics in it. It's a lot of business. So although I wish I could drop songs every day, which I can on SoundCloud, but I don't want all these great songs to just be on SoundCloud because when I do that, then fans are like, yo, put it on Apple, Spotify, So that's why I'm trying to be a little bit more patient with it and stuff like that. But like I said, I don't really think there's any way to describe it, I still think that people still need to learn my voice and, get used to that. Cause that's all it really is like, them getting used to your voice, which I feel like they are now. But I don't even want to put myself in a box and say I got a certain sound because you never know. I don't even know what I'm going to do next.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So, yeah.
And then, like, what's the best introduction? Like, if somebody's never heard your music as an artist, like, what's the first song they should listen to?
I mean, the first song that they usually listen to is probably Banded Up. Mm-hmm. Shout out my bro X, you know what I'm saying? He definitely came through on that. But I would say I really love the song Doesn't Matter. I remember when I made it, I feel like it's great. The words, the lyrics, the beat, the whole vibe. Like, even like when I came in on it, like, model chick on Vogue magazine. Like, I never heard nobody come on nothing like that. It was all genuine. So I feel like go listen to Doesn't Matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get back to Gucci Lips. It's coming out next Friday.
Yeah, it should be for sure.
How does the label stuff work like that? Like, are you, like, you ever, like I said, I know you were getting frustrated with like the label stuff. Like, how does that stuff work? Like, they won't let you just drop it on Apple Music because there's other artists that are dropping music and they don't want it to conflict, or what?
Yeah, it's basically that. It's literally just that. And then it's also like when you drop songs on DSPs, it's like, in order to make certain playlists and stuff like that, you got to give them like 2 weeks in advance. And it's really all that extra stuff that a lot of people don't know about, but it's a lot that goes into it. So, I have no choice sometimes but to wait, So that's just that. Otherwise, I would love to drop a song every week because I have so many.
How many songs do you think you record every time you go to the studio? Or like, How about the last week? How many songs have you recorded?
The last week, I don't know, but every time I go to the studio, I try to make like 3 to 4 songs.
And then what's the process? Is it just you writing stuff down and then going in the studio, or you're like just freestyling everything?
Nah, the process is like I come in, I either play some beats that I already made, or really I like making them from scratch. So I make a beat, and I'll barely finish it, and I'll just hop in right on it, and I'll just keep punching it. I like to like work really, really fast. And yeah, that's really just the process until I feel like it's done.
Is all your stuff self-produced? Like, are you self-producing everything, or are you working with other producers
sometimes?
Sometimes?
I haven't lately really been working with other producers as far as like the full beat on production, but I do have 2 producers signed to me, named Tupa and Rico. You'll be hearing about them more.
Okay.
They actually did Gucci Lips with me too.
Okay,
so
dope.
As far, yeah.
Dope. You have a label too, right?
Excuse me. Yeah, I got a label.
Your own label? And those are 2 producers you have signed right now? Do you have any artists on there?
Yeah. So the 2 producers, they're signed to my production label. My artist Leave Me Alone, he's signed to my artist label, which is Listen Up Forever. Yeah, under Def Jam.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit is so different now, huh?
Yeah.
Than it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, had a boss up. Facts.
I feel it. Shit. I mean, is there anything I'm missing? Like, is there anything that you want to talk about specifically? I don't want to like glaze over anything.
I mean, at the end of the day, you know, just know that I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of great music for the fans. I appreciate and love all of my fans. And just know that I'm coming hard. You know what I'm saying? That's really it. Just know I'm coming. Oh my God, Ronnie forever.
Do you have any advice to like a young producer who's trying to figure it out?
Yeah, I would just say at the end of the day, just don't give up. It's all about staying consistent. As soon as you give up, you lost your shot. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you give up, there comes the next man in line. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you stay on top of your game. And that's that. Just don't give up. You know, stay inspired. And, you know, if I'm one of your inspirations, then, you know, I appreciate that.
That's something I wanted to touch on. How do you feel about, like, kind of when you came out and everything started happening, you hear, like, a lot of Ronny J type beats from other producers. How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's great. Keep on doing it.
Yeah, you don't mind?
Nah, not right now. Like, at this point, nah, I don't mind at all. I never really mind. It never really bothered me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It never bothered me. In the beginning, I was just like, I just told myself, like, as soon as people start making tight beats, then it's like, all right, like, they know who I am. Like, they know the sound. They know I made it. Like, I know I made it, you know?
Yeah.
But, at this point, like,
I mean, have you ever, maybe have you ever heard something on the radio, like, damn, I didn't produce this. This sounds just like me.
I mean, yeah, I know for a fact, you know, the whole like heavy distortion thing and stuff like that. I'm not saying I did not create distortion. I did not create that word, nothing like that. But I for sure made it popular for this like generation.
Yeah.
And, like when me and X and Denzel first started and stuff like that, and X being him, you know, with the whole distortion and like me being on it, like it's just like it was destiny. Yeah, it made sense. Like it just is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact, like we made that popular. Like the one song we had was just super all over. It's called "Take a Step Back."
Mm-hmm.
That beat alone has no melody. That beat right there is just drums, and now everybody's doing beats with no melodies.
Yeah.
But I feel like we were the first ones to really do it for this generation. If you don't think so, you could do your research. You know what I mean? It's no back and forth. Like, it's what it is.
Yeah, 100%, brother. You got any shout outs or anything before we wrap it?
I just want to shout out God. I believe in God. I want to shout out my mom. She always supported me. I want to shout out you for having
shout out
me.
you, bro. Thank you for coming, man. This is huge for me.
And then I want to shout out Young Money, ugly little nigga. It's like, nah. Hey, yo, I want to shout out all my fans, though. For real, I really do appreciate you guys. That's it.
Young, you want to come in here real quick? Say something? I know you do.
Hey, man. If you stay focused, man, you could be shining, bruh. I seen bruh do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's, you know, if you stay positive, stay focused, man, work hard. You know what I'm saying? Stay self-motivated, man. Nobody's going to help you, man. Help yourself, man. Go out there and get it. You know what I'm saying? I seen this young man lock himself, literally sacrifice friends, sacrifice parties, sacrifice not having clothes, sacrifice not having shoes, nothing. Like, I seen him fucking work his ass off, and now he reaping the benefits. You know what I'm saying? So if you work hard, man, anything is possible, man. God make it happen for anybody, man. It's no discrimination for nobody. It's open for everybody. Everybody could be blessed. You just got to put yourself in that mindset and go make it happen. You know what I'm saying? You got to work hard and stay focused. Don't take no detours. You know what I'm saying? Destruction. That's only lead to destruction. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused. No distraction. Distraction lead to destruction. Let's go get it, man. Believe in God. That's all I got to say, man. Shout out
Peace
Mars.
out.
Yo.
That was beautiful. This is the Mars Files. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Peace.